On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Second rate.
Of inferior quality or standard, not of the highest or best quality, mediocre.
Examples:
second-rate equipment, second-rate product. The team's performance was described as second-rate due to their lack of focus and effort.
Pitiable.
Deserving or arousing compassion, sympathy, or pity, evoking feelings of sadness or sorrow.
Examples:
pitiable situation, pitiable story. The pitiable condition of the homeless man touched the hearts of many passers-by.
Martyrdom.
The act or experience of suffering or dying for a cause, belief, or principle, which often implies sacrifice and is associated with individuals who endure persecution or hardship due to their convictions.
Examples:
martyrdom stories, religious martyrdom. Many individuals have died as a result of their martyrdom for their beliefs.
Deem.
To consider or decide something in a particular way.
Examples:
deem socially responsible, deem wrong or inappropriate. Regarding earthquakes, some commercial buildings were deemed unsafe.
Pernicious.
Causing harm or destruction, often in a subtle or gradual way.
Examples:
pernicious effect, pernicious disease. The pernicious influence of the corrupt officials had a detrimental effect on the town.
Salesperson.
A person whose job is to sell goods in a shop or directly to customers.
Examples:
a salesperson in a store, a drapery salesperson. He received the title of the best salesperson in all our branches worldwide.
Furious.
Extremely angry, full of rage.
Examples:
furious anger, a furious sea. The coach was furious with the players for their lack of effort during the game.
Aback.
To be very surprised or shocked by somebody or something.
Examples:
flat aback, a back shock. The sudden news of the merger took me aback.
Slurry.
A semi-liquid mixture, typically a combination of water, mud, or industrial waste, a thin, watery mixture of cement or other building material used to fill in gaps or cover surfaces.
Examples:
slurry pump, limestone slurry. The construction workers used a slurry of cement and water to reinforce the structure's foundation.
Plunge.
To dive quickly and steeply downward, to thrust or throw into something. Noun, a steep and rapid fall.
Examples:
Plunge into the water. Plunge a dagger through his heart. The company's profits plunged after the recall of their new product.
Jewish.
Of or related to people whose traditional religion is Judaism.
Examples:
Jewish history. Jewish culture. My friend is a Jewish woman who celebrates Hanukkah every year.
Dwarf.
A person or animal that is much smaller than usual or expected for its type, a celestial body, especially a planet, that is smaller and less massive than a star.
Examples:
A potted dwarf tree. A wise old dwarf. The dwarf planet Pluto is much smaller than Earth and orbits the Sun.
Resonant.
Tending to reinforce or prolong sound by sympathetic vibration, having a quality that elicits a similar response or feeling.
Examples:
Resonant with the sound. Resonant cavity. The resonant frequency of the guitar string was measured with a tuner.
Hatch.
To cause an egg to break to allow a young animal to come out, to produce and expand something that is in an early stage.
Examples:
Hatch a plan. Hatch a baby chick. The eggs began to hatch, and the small chicks emerged.
Creamy.
Having the texture or consistency of cream, smooth and soft in texture, containing or resembling cream in taste, texture, or appearance.
Examples:
Creamy white. Creamy sauce. The soup had a rich and creamy texture.
Coincide.
To take place at or near the same time.
Examples:
Partly coincide. Coincide with reality. These results coincide with our hypothesis.
Unconditional.
Not subject to any conditions, absolute or complete, not limited by any qualifications or restrictions.
Examples:
Unconditional forgiveness. Unconditional support. Her love for him was unconditional, despite all of his flaws.
Diastrophism.
The process of deformation of the Earth's crust due to tectonic forces, resulting in the formation of mountains, valleys, and other geological features, which includes processes such as folding, faulting, and warping.
Examples:
Diastrophism theory. Tectonic diastrophism. The geologist studied the region's diastrophism to understand the mountain range's formation.
Intellect.
The ability to think logically and comprehend information, especially at an advanced level.
Examples:
Enrich my intellect. Human intellect. Your intellect is capable of distinguishing among similar objects.
Contemplate.
To think about a possible future action or to think about something for a long time thoughtfully.
Examples:
Contemplate a marriage. Contemplated leaving school. I recently contemplated dropping out of school and getting a full-time job.
Bioethics.
The study of ethical issues related to life sciences and healthcare, particularly those related to the moral implications of scientific advances in medicine and biology.
Examples:
Bioethics Committee. Bioethics research. Using animals in medical research raises complex questions about bioethics and animal welfare.
Sanatorium.
A medical facility or institution for the long-term treatment or care of people with chronic illnesses or diseases, especially tuberculosis.
Examples:
Military sanatorium. Sanatorium resort. In the early 1900s, tuberculosis patients would check into a sanatorium for treatment.
Dreadful.
Very bad, unpleasant, or causing fear.
Examples:
Dreadful accident. Dreadful news. The conditions of the prison were dreadful and inhumane.
Inhuman.
Lacking human qualities, such as compassion, kindness, or understanding, cruel, brutal, or without regard for others' suffering or dignity.
Examples:
Inhuman act. Inhuman conditions. Prisoners were subjected to inhuman treatment in an overcrowded jail.
Opportune.
Suitable or happening at a time that is suitable or convenient for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Opportune occasion. An opportune remark. The phone rang at the most opportune time.
Catastrophic.
Extremely harmful, causing physical or financial destruction.
Examples:
Victim of catastrophic injuries. Catastrophic climate change. The extinction rate of aquatic animals was catastrophic.
Purposeful.
Having a specific aim or purpose, determined.
Examples:
Purposeful series of actions. At a purposeful pace. She had a purposeful look and was determined to complete the task.
Cochlea.
A spiral-shaped cavity in the inner ear that is responsible for hearing. It contains sensory hair cells that convert vibrations into electrical signals that are sent to the brain for interpretation.
Examples:
Cochlea spiral. Implanted cochlea. Damage to the cochlea can cause hearing loss or deafness.
Facsimile.
An exact copy or replica of a document, artwork, or other objects, often produced through photographic or digital means.
Examples:
Facsimile machine. Facsimile signature. I received a facsimile of the contract in my email to sign it digitally.
Achondroplasia.
A genetic disorder characterized by abnormal growth of the bones, resulting in dwarfism, which is the most common form of disproportionate short stature and is caused by a mutation in a gene that affects bone growth.
Examples:
Achondroplasia dwarfism. Achondroplasia symptoms. Children with achondroplasia typically have short stature and disproportionate limb lengths.
Intersect.
To meet or cross one another.
Examples:
Intersect at a point. Railways intersect the country. Her multidisciplinary works intersect music and picture with writing.
Heroine.
A woman admired or idealized for her courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. A woman who is the protagonist of a literary work or film.
Examples:
Medieval heroine. Tragic heroine. The brave heroine rescued the prince from the dragon's lair.
Mourn.
To feel or express sorrow, grief, or sadness, especially over the death of someone.
Examples:
Mourn with deep grief. Mourn death. We mourned the loss of our dear friend at the memorial service.
Perpetrator.
A person who carries out a harmful or illegal act, particularly one that involves violence or deception.
Examples:
Perpetrator identity. Culprit perpetrator. The police have not yet caught the perpetrator of the crime.
Massacre.
The indiscriminate killing of a large number of people.
Examples:
Massacre site. Bloody massacre. The massacre of innocent civilians shocked the world.
Descend.
To move downward and lower, to come from or to be connected by a relationship of blood.
Examples:
Descend a steep hill. Descend by elevator. She was descended from an old Italian noble family.
Cling.
To hold on to something tightly, to be closely attached to someone or something.
Examples:
Cling on to power. Cling tightly to the skin. He clings to the hope that he will find a job soon.
Atrocious.
Shockingly bad or unpleasant, extremely cruel or brutal.
Examples:
Atrocious weather. Atrocious manners. The food at the restaurant was atrocious and lacked any flavor.
Spectacle.
Something or someone seen, especially a notable or unusual sight, an optical device consisting of a frame that houses a pair of lenses for correcting defective vision.
Examples:
pretty spectacle. Spectacle lens. She could not help watching the sad spectacle.
Retardant.
A substance used to slow or prevent the spread of fire, a chemical added to a material to make it less flammable. Adjective, of or relating to something that slows down or inhibits a process or action.
Examples:
Age retardant, fire retardant equipment. The engineer added a corrosion retardant to the metal structure to extend its lifespan.
Pajama.
A pair of loose pants with a matching top, worn for sleeping or lounging.
Examples:
Care pajama, pajama pants. My little sister loves to have pajama parties with her friends on the weekends.
Inferno.
A place or condition of intense suffering, especially hell, in traditional Christian beliefs.
Examples:
A raging inferno, devastating inferno. The building was consumed by an inferno, reducing it to ashes.
Silo.
A tall, cylindrical structure, usually made of concrete or steel, that is used for storing grain, feed, or other dry materials, a system or structure that is isolated or separate from others.
Examples:
Nuclear silo, silo organization. The farmer used a silo to store feed for the animals.
Schizophrenia.
A severe mental disorder in which a person has a distorted view of reality and may experience hallucinations, delusions, and disordered thinking and behavior.
Examples:
Schizophrenia spectrum disorder, schizophrenia treatment. The schizophrenia patient was experiencing severe auditory hallucinations.
Transgender.
Relating to or denoting a person whose gender identity does not correspond to that person's biological sex assigned at birth.
Examples:
Transgender person, transgender rights. Many transgender individuals face discrimination and marginalization in society.
Prodigy.
A young person who possesses exceptional talent or ability, especially in an area that is normally associated with adult expertise, a person or thing that inspires awe or wonder.
Examples:
Musical prodigy, a prodigy in math. The young prodigy impressed everyone with her piano performance at the competition.
Astonished.
Extremely surprised and upset.
Examples:
Astonished at the success. Cast astonished eyes. She was astonished by the news and could hardly believe it.
Caregiving.
The act of providing care and support for someone who is ill, disabled, or elderly.
Examples:
Caregiving process. Caregiving responsibilities. She devoted her life to caregiving, looking after her aging parents.
Surrogate.
Acting as a substitute or replacement for someone or something else, having a similar function or purpose.
Examples:
surrogate pregnancy, surrogate decision. The surrogate mother gave birth to a healthy baby for the couple who couldn't conceive independently.
Shorthand.
A system of rapid handwriting or abbreviation that uses symbols, abbreviations, or other devices to represent words or phrases, a short and simple way of expressing or describing something.
Examples:
learn shorthand, write in shorthand. The secretary's shorthand was so good that she could type up meeting minutes within minutes.
Subtractive.
Characterized by taking away or removing something, involving the process of subtracting or reducing something from a larger whole or total.
Examples:
subtractive process, subtractive manufacturing. The subtractive method of sculpture involves removing material to create a shape.
Pediatrics.
The branch of medicine that deals with the care and treatment of children.
Examples:
pediatrics department, pediatrics clinic. I am studying pediatrics in medical school because I love working with children.
Asymmetrical.
Lacking symmetry or balance, unevenly or irregularly shaped, not corresponding in terms of quantity, size, or position.
Examples:
asymmetrical design, asymmetrical haircut. The asymmetrical shape of the vase made it unique and exciting.
Hydrocephalus.
A condition in which cerebrospinal fluid equals a clear, colorless fluid that circulates in and around the brain and spinal cord, accumulates in the ventricles of the brain, causing pressure and enlargement of the head, a congenital condition or one that can develop as a result of injury or illness.
Examples:
hydrocephalus treatment, congenital hydrocephalus. The symptoms of hydrocephalus include headaches, nausea, and blurred vision.
Unfold.
To open up or spread out something that is folded or rolled up, to reveal or disclose something that was previously hidden or unknown.
Examples:
unfold the story, unfold the stroller. The mystery unfolded as the detectives gathered more clues. Helpless. Unable to take care of oneself or to do things without help.
Examples:
helpless baby, helpless victims. I feel so helpless without you.
Cramp.
A sudden, painful contraction or spasm of a muscle, typically in the leg or abdomen, a feeling of tightness or discomfort in a muscle, caused by prolonged use or stress.
Examples:
Hand cramp, stomach cramp. I had to stop running because of a severe cramp in my leg.
Ensnare.
To entrap or catch in a snare or trap, to capture or trap someone or something physically, mentally, or emotionally.
Examples:
Ensnare victims. Ensnare a suspect. The spider used its web to ensnare its prey.
Fatherhood.
The state or experience of being a father, including the rights, responsibilities, and joys associated with raising a child.
Examples:
Fatherhood community. Joys of fatherhood. His experience in fatherhood brought about a new perspective on his upbringing.
Bewitch.
To attract or interest someone a lot so that they cannot think in a sensible way.
Examples:
Hold the charm to bewitch. Bewitch him into a frog. Her beauty bewitched him.
Splendor.
Great brightness, brilliant or stunning appearance, magnificence.
Examples:
Splendor of nature. Splendor of art. The splendor of the palace was breathtaking.
Illuminate.
To light something or to make something lighter or brighter, to make something free from confusion or ambiguity.
Examples:
Illuminate a dark hall. Illuminate my understanding. That biologist illuminated the mechanism of heredity.
Abject.
Extremely unpleasant and degrading, physically or emotionally impoverished, miserable, wretched, and hopeless.
Examples:
Abject failure. Abject despair. The abject poverty in the slums is a concern for the government.
Terrifying.
Very frightening or intimidating.
Examples:
Terrifying experience. Terrifying events. Large earthquakes often generate terrifying tsunamis.
Unbearable.
Not able to be tolerated or endured, too difficult, severe, or intense to be dealt with or suffered through, intolerable or insufferable.
Examples:
Unbearable heat. Unbearable pain. The loss of his wife was an unbearable sorrow that he found hard to overcome.
Conquer.
To bring under control by force or authority.
Examples:
Conquer fatal disease. Conquer the world. You must conquer your anxiety about driving.
Enslave.
To make someone a slave, to deprive someone of their freedom of choice or action.
Examples:
Enslave poor peasants. Enslave indigenous people. Her beauty enslaved me completely.
Thankless.
Referring to a situation or activity that brings no gratitude or recognition from others, not receiving thanks or appreciation for one's efforts or actions.
Examples:
Thankless job. Thankless duty. Being a stay-at-home parent can be a thankless job, but it's also extremely rewarding.
Plank.
A long, flat piece of wood or other material that is used for construction or as a platform, an exercise in which a person holds their body in a straight line supported by their hands and toes.
Examples:
Oak plank. Plank exercise. He was ordered to walk the plank by the pirate captain.